When you peered across to your friend and he gave you an earful about a Pert near beer that you couldn't help but volunteer to help make disappear?
Heard it was a fresh hop.
Oh, it would have to be a fresh hop to make me run over to the shop, pop the top, and drink it without a stop.
Is that how you drink beer?
You're 10-ply, bud.
Pull your finger out of your ass. This massive sass is just trying to pass some bubbly gas after this glass is Pert near... Pert...
Fucking fear, dude.
Get this man a puppers. Hey guys, and welcome to Two Beards Podcast. Today we are drinking a beer that is near and far from our heart, and I might say it's Pert near to our heart.
Pert near. Well, we haven't had it yet. So I mean,
oh, right.
okay.
Well, let me phrase this way. Today we're having a beer that its name is
Two
Pert
beers.
near to our heart. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So we're drinking the Pert near. It's from Crux Brewing Company. And
Down in Bend, I think.
I think you're right, actually.
Didn't you look it up? Write the notes.
Oh, not that part.
Well, I think it's in Bend. Bend, Oregon.
Yep.
Another fresh hop IPA. We also, and we'll touch on this later, brought with us a little Fremont, a little different Fremont.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. What's this one? What are the stats? Hit me with the stats, bro, this beer.
ABV 6.9%.
Boom.
50 IJUs.
50 IJUs it is. Pretty sure that was there in the Yakima Valley notes that I copied these from. So that's a thing. Yeah, so these guys are made with, I think it says, goddamn, fresh Centennial hops is what it was.
Nope, not. Oh, Yakima Valley. I don't think it. I don't know if I have those.
It's called Short Film. The first one listed as Short Film.
Also has IJUs.
There it is. So I was correct.
But that's Willie Mays hazy.
Your point? Oh, right.
You
sorry.
said Yakima
You're
Valley.
right. Sorry. I did say Yakima. I meant Willie Mays. That's when I copied it from. I got my beers mixed up, but I knew it was the first Short Film.
I'm trying to fix this.
That's fine. Do your thing.
Yeah.
I understand. Then it should never happen again, hopefully.
What do you think this... How are you feeling about this beer?
I don't know. But
Yeah,
I do know I have a hair in my glass now. I get this out first before I take a sip.
My first impression,
Pretty hairy.
it's
Get it?
this might be the softest beer you've ever had, bud.
Oh, shit. This very well might be the softest beer I've ever had.
It's like a cloud. I'm
Like you're in the middle of the cloud.
yeah, and I was hoping for something more. Not even a thunderstorm cloud. It's just kind of like one of those like bullshit clouds that like
Stratus.
yeah, like they cover the sky in like a soft fuzzy blanket, but then they're not like real clouds.
Cumulus?
I don't know. I'm not a cloud scientist.
I kind of am.
With like the thin layer clouds that the Northwest is known for. That's what it's reminding me of.
I understand. Well, definitely not getting IPA vibes from this. I'll tell you that right off the bat. You know?
I do know. I think we were talking about it this weekend. I think that they're just. I think most of the breweries that are doing fresh hop stuff this year, and like last year was a little different for me. Last year I drank a fuck ton of pale ales,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it is about this year. They're like trying to force the IPA thing, and it like a lot of these beers that at least in my experience, they just feel like forced instead of like capitalizing on the good things about the hops.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's. I don't know what to attribute it to. It could be the fact that they're IPAs, so they're like also having to throw like a bunch of malt in there. And but that's the thing is like I feel like let me not say that. I feel like most of the beers, the fresh hop variety that we've had so far, are the majority of the flavor you're getting is in that malt.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, like it's just kind of contrasting with, even if the flavor isn't derived from the malt, it's like just contrasting with the malt too much. So you just get like this weird mix of.
Like they're not. Yeah. They're not like this. It honestly is actually pretty similar to how I feel about this one.
Yeah. So I don't know if you said that which variety this one is yet.
I have not.
So this is the Citra and Amarillo. I think.
Yes.
And we were talking about it.
We're like really excited.
Yeah, last week, and we're like, oh man, can't wait to have that. Fucking Citra's the best.
Juicy, tasty, hoppy, bitter, delicious. The other one's better.
The other one's better. The Centennial Simcoe was really good. And I think now, this is pretty deep for first thoughts on a beer, but I think that is still my favorite. It's right up there with the Hop Prophet. The Hop Prophet, and then that one
Hop Prophet's really good.
Yeah.
That's a Seven Seas beer. I think we've talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, I think a little bit.
Have it. But.
And so I think those two are on my top, and I don't even know if I could pick which one I like more.
I think I lean more towards the Fremont.
Fremont, yeah. I think I'm with you too, because that's what I was going to say.
It's just tasty.
It is. It's really good. It just has a good amount of bitterness. It's not, I don't know. It's not lying to you.
No.
Like it's saying, hey, I've got a fuck ton of Centennial and Simcoe fresh hops in here. This is what you're going to get, bud. So, but that's what we feel with this one. That's what we just feel like it's just not what we thought it was going to be. Like that's not how it's labeled. You know, if you're telling me it's full of fresh Citra hops, I just expected something a little bit more. This is just kind of.
This is Centennial hops, by the way. The Pert Near.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's also called Pert Near, and we talked about this last week because hops are harvested at different times. Centennial is one of the first, so it's Pert Near, the first fresh hop you can get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. Maybe we're just stuck in these like early fresh hop beers. You don't think so?
So I cracked open Lagunitas yesterday, but
not the same.
It's way better than anything we've had yet.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, like it's another level.
That's what I mean, is that a lot of these beers that we've been drinking are early in the season. And maybe that's why, like the Lagunitas, now it's a little later.
That could be.
Maybe we're going to have, maybe they're not as rushed, or maybe, you know, just having more varieties and more options available for breweries that, you know, there's some, I don't know.
I'll tell you this. I love Georgetown beer. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You love Georgetown beer. And we want to go to Georgetown Brewing Company.
Can't confirm.
But you gotta stay open later than like fucking 6 p.m., guys. You're just fucking up, bud.
Buddy, here's what I think.
Come on.
Here's what I think.
Okay.
We don't have plans on Saturday.
Till Sunday and Monday?
We don't have plans on Saturday till 6 p.m. We can make an early first thing when they're open trip Saturday. Just you and me.
All right.
Make it happen.
We're done. So, like, I have to push the Letterkenny references even more than last week at this point.
So, Pert Near, yeah.
It's a Canadian thing, the Pert Near.
Yeah. Probably.
More than likely. So the probably part is that it's probably an ode to Letterkenny. We're not 100% on that, but like, it would be pretty random, I guess, aside from that.
Pretty random, especially how like big Letterkenny got.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's really
I would imagine someone, like maybe it wasn't intentional, but someone who has like an opinion on naming it was like, maybe I could sneak it in.
Exactly. Like no one else. It was just like this one dude who's like,
everyone else is like talking about, oh, what do you think? First fresh hop beer.
Like, we're gonna do Centennial.
And some guy that loves Letterkenny was like, guys, crazy idea. Pert Near. They're like, what? Pert Near, the freshest hop beer you've got. What? Like it's pretty close. Like, but it's like a thing. It's like a Pert Near.
Pert Near gonna be the first
like,
fresh hop beer you're gonna have this season.
I like that.
That really resonates.
Yeah,
and that
that's
really goes with what
good.
we're going for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good job, Jeff. Damn good job. And he's all like, my name's
Got
Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
Oh, gosh damn it.
We should rate this beer, though, because we're only drinking one. So I want to remind you of that fact.
Yeah.
You're like, you're really getting into this. And I'm like, well,
Yeah, you're right.
kind of do need to get into
You're
it
right.
a little
You're
bit.
right, buddy.
So
You're right. Look.
don't want to keep the people waiting.
Whoa.
Jesus. Hate
God.
these coasters.
It is obnoxious, but they're cool coasters.
I love them.
I think we just in general, we've got a thing with weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I like these are
Yeah.
hefty. So, it's a very orangey beer.
It surprised me how orangey it is, bud.
Agreed, buddy. Especially
Again, deep orange. Not like, I mean, a deep orange for what I expected, I guess I should say.
Right. Well, I mean, so just kind of comparing it with the other beers, that really changes things up. I don't know how accurate that is at this point. I feel like it's pretty natural over here, this light, and it's pretty dang orange.
Yeah, it's pretty orange.
So,
I didn't ever trust that light. It's on the warm
no, I
side.
understand.
So
Look
like,
at this. So that's what I'm saying. It's more or less in the dark.
yeah.
So it's like, that's just what you get. So, comparing this to the other fresh hop beers that we've had so far, given it's, I don't know. Never mind. I'm just going to stop talking.
So it's orangey. That's how it looks. It's honestly even a little, it's kind of going into the feel, but I'm kind of leaning this is probably why it looks the way it looks. A little haze to it. It's not clear. It's got some syrupiness to it. Not like, it's not super thick, but it's kind of also why I call it soft.
Yep. Very cushiony.
Yeah, cushiony. So I think that probably plays a part into its like body of sweetness and why it's kind of orange, and it all comes together like the AT.
They're not the best at what they do, but they really make it come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more like the B team, but maybe the C plus team.
It's a good beer. I enjoy it. Because it almost has like a.
Let me put it to you this way.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the 15th of November.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fresh hop to be found. You're in the store and you see a fresh hop, Pert near, last 4 cans, 4 cans you can get, decently priced, $10. Right next to it, Bodhi's Alpha. Right next to that, Johnny Utah. Right next to that, Zombie Dust.
Buddy, you know which one I'm going with.
What are you getting?
Definitely not getting the Pert near, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like last on the list to me. I'm like, it's just.
Well, hear me out, though. Hear me out.
It's a good beer. I'm shitting on it, but I just want to paint like the picture that it's just very mediocre.
It is. It's very medium. So what I'm trying to do is pick apart the hops from the actual flavor, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So that top end is actually, as I typically do, you break this beer between like the top end, the middle, and the bottom end. That top end, like most beers are kind of thin and crisp up there. This one has a pretty thick top end, if that makes sense. So the hops, the hop profile is pretty flavorful.
I think this, I agree, but it does suffer from the same thing as the CSA on that top end.
That
it's got like just a little sour.
Yeah.
When it hits your tongue, it's a little like a sour fermented taste in there that you're like. Just throws you off a little bit.
I don't remember biting into a strawberry or orange. It's a little tangy.
Yeah, it's not bad, and it doesn't last long by any means, and it's hard to notice. But it kind of throws me off.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you, and I think what I was trying to say earlier, and then I stopped mid-sentence because I'm like, I don't fucking know anything about beer. It kind of has a like German or Belgian style feel going on.
A little weedy.
Yeah, a little weedy. That's the word that I can never remember that I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, it's a bit weedy. And, I'm just not partial to it.
I wouldn't say it's as much as the CSA.
Agreed.
But it's there.
Because I think this also has like a little bit of citrus notes going on, which the CSA kind of lacks.
It does. It does have some fruity body to it.
Yeah. So I would put this above the CSA for sure. But like,
yeah, I don't even remember what I rated the CSA.
I don't remember either. I don't know if I should go back and check or if we should rate it and then go back and check.
Yeah, I don't know that I would rate this above the CSA, to be honest.
You don't think?
And so
Check.
there are things that I like more about this than the CSA, like the citrusy part of it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I like less, the reason why it kind of brings me back down,
Yeah.
for me, is that it's like sour, and then it feels like the citrusy tries to cover up the sourness of it. And it's like I feel like it's just not I feel like they didn't achieve what they wanted to achieve. Like the CSA, I feel like that's what they were going for.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't love it, but that's what they were going for.
I agree.
This one, I don't think they wanted that kind of top end sour flavor.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to pay him a visit and ask. But so the redeeming factor about the CSA that like maybe I might agree with you on, and I'm just not remembering it correctly. The CSA had quite a bit of floral notes going on, whereas this one is more of the sweeter, fruitier notes.
Mm.
And you don't love floral, but you hate fruit more than floral.
Yeah, I'm very very particular. I'm more particular about fruity taste than I am floral taste.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Like I don't dislike it. Like, I probably like fruitier on the fruitier side rather than the floral side, but within the fruity spectrum, there are things that I really don't like.
Yeah, you're threading the needle with what you like.
But if it gets there, perfect.
It's the fucking best. Yeah. No, I feel that. That makes sense.
Like Georgetown, pretty citrusy beer, but to me they nail it.
Well, and so when I consider that
Or the Bodhisattva, specifically.
Yeah. So I kind of consider that a separate note. I mean, you're correct in saying it that way, but like in my mind, I think of like citrusy and fruity as like completely different flavors.
Okay.
Because when I think of fruity, I personally think more of like sweeter berry-like, or something like a peach or pomegranate or something like that. Where citrusy, is just citrus flavor.
I hate peach IPAs.
Yeah, they just
one time
do it.
One time I had this nitrous peach pilsner. One time, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting.
Mm.
I'll get this. And I was relatively new to drinking beer.
Fair.
And I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Like the nitrous complemented the peach, like smoothness, and oh man, it just married really well. And I thought, like, now that I'm more of an IPA drinker, I got a peach IPA like a year and a half ago or something, and it fucking sucks.
It sucks, buddy.
I was like, I do not like peach in my IPAs at all.
It super sucks, buddy.
Stop.
Yeah, and so I think you hit the nail on the head too. Where with what'd you say was a pilsner?
Yeah, it was a nitro peach.
Yeah, so I think they have a lot of complementing flavors there going on, where the IPA is like, let's take something delicious and add peaches to it, because peaches are delicious.
Yeah, and add something delicious, and let's just see if it works.
Yeah, like the only common ground they have there is that they're both delicious, but together it just does not work. And I think like people overdo it, and maybe like they're going for the wrong flavor within peach, or again, maybe it's just they overdo it.
Like peanut butter, really good. Spaghetti, really good. I don't think I want peanut butter on my spaghetti, buddy.
I don't think so either, buddy. It's just not going to work. No. But
sometimes you find an amazing combination, like mayo and steak. Mayo for the sear. Always do it.
Always.
Sometimes you're like, I don't know about this, and you do it, and you're like, damn, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you
fuck up and you put peach in an IPA. Yeah. But no, I think the combination, I think two keys there are peach and nitro.
Exactly. It just,
that works so nice.
Because peach is very like vanilla smooth.
Yes. And so is nitro. It's nice and smooth and creamy. But I bet you it also toned down the uber sweetness of the peach as well.
Probably, yeah.
So like it just added so much to it. And I think nitro was probably a big part of that beer. I mean, I haven't had it, but just, you know.
I mean, I had it once, like several years ago.
Right.
But yeah, it does stick in my mind as like something that I was like, oh man, good. Mm-hmm. Anyways, back to this beer. What does it smell like? I'm actually not getting much from the smell, surprisingly.
Yeah, me neither, really.
I don't have really anything to say.
It's just kind of,
and that's another disappointing thing to me. Like I want my fresh shop beers to smell like I'm walking through a field of hops.
And let me tell you from experience, a good ass fucking smell. It's Lagunitas Born.
No.
Making sure you weren't about to write a check your body couldn't cash, bud.
Snort it.
Yeah. It's not a good time.
I was trying to like really focus with one nostril. It helps. You actually do pick up more.
All right, here we go. I'm going in.
Yeah. Okay, Nick. Okay. Okay, Nick. Go ahead.
Okay, bud. Going in.
Careful. Getting close.
Gotta ride the line.
I feel like I got more.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel that way, but I got more.
Because it kind of helps you focus, and
it's
like I don't know, maybe science.
Definitely more like citrusy, but still, like I said, it's just not super aromatic.
I think earlier weedy was a great word for it because it is. It's just a really super weedy beer, and I'd be curious if they did use any wheat at all in the malts. I don't know how else they fucking got this thing, to be honest with you. So, unless they just use like some super weird German malt or whatever. It's like a thing. Just, I was reading something, or not reading. There was like an Instagram story today, and it was from Coronado Brewing Company in San Diego. And they were like, it's one of those like polls on Instagram. They're like, where do you like to get your specialty malts? And I'm like, fucking America, buddy. Like, let's not get crazy. And everyone voted German. I'm like, can't say I agree with any of you. But that's fine. Yeah, super wee beer. Not a whole lot going on. Smell wise, you know?
Nope. Agreed. Taste. I mean, we've kind of already touched on it. Got that, wheaty sour, kind of like very front taste. Does have a hoppy, like a citrus hoppy feel, or not feel.
Fucking taste, buddy. Fucking embarrassing. I go to the flipped audio.
Experience is probably a better word. Up front.
Wait. What?
It's got like a citrus hoppy kind of experience up front, like right after the sour kind of initial taste, and then it rounds off with a smooth whole lot of just like fluid, just not really anything, honestly, just kind of like bland,
like a smooth sweet fluid.
I hate using this word because it sounds so like has such a negative connotation, and it's kind of negative.
Fine,
but it's just bland. Like the ending is it's just pretty bland.
It is, honestly. I really think all like the good flavors in my mind are up front, like right off the bat, and then as you let it marinate, it just kind of.
I keep wanting to drink this beer just to not drink this beer.
I think so. Again, but again, like that hop profile up front is really good. And it is nice.
It's just like
it's just not paired. Like I just wish that part was in a different beer. I don't know.
It's kind of like It's kind of like listening to someone talk on my phone.
Yep.
You know what? The citrus and hops, it's like a LaCroix.
You're really
It's like
changing the metaphor
it's
here.
like a fruit yelling at you from a different room, different floor of your house. You can barely hear it. It's telling you to empty the dishwasher.
You're not going to do it, are you, buddy?
I'm not. I'm going to continue just doing what I'm doing. And that's kind of how I feel about
It's kind of like the fruit is out in the rink and he's yelling at you to fucking check the sketty. You never fucking check the sketty, bitch. So it's just not working.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hello?
You go, Jenny.
I'll have to say.
How do you think this feels in your mouth?
It is, I mean, we said it earlier, it's very cushiony. It's got a lot of fluff going on, but it's like you said, the empty clouds in a gray Seattle sky. It's very empty kush. I don't know how else to describe it, where it's like this thicker facade, but then once you get in there,
No substance.
there's no substance. There's no flavor in there. There's no like real feel. It's just like it's like wheat and syrup and then vapor. It's just gone.
It's like cotton candy.
It's like cotton fucking candy, buddy. Yeah, it is.
Like, oh, maybe it's going to be delicious. Oh, it's gone. Nothing.
I have a feeling
You don't like cotton candy, I mean.
you don't know. What I was going to say is that I have a feeling that this conversation very quickly turned into a conversation. I fucking love cotton candy, buddy.
Oh, I thought you didn't.
I like cotton
Who am I thinking of?
I like cotton candy. It's been a while, but
I like cotton candy.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I just said it's like really delicious. Like you think it's going to be delicious, and it's just gone.
Oh, okay. It's just the texture. I mean, we're correlating this texture to the beer, and it's spot on. But like it's good for cotton candy, but like I don't want that for a beer.
No, I don't want my beer to be cotton candy.
No, cotton candy should be cotton candy.
Yeah. So let's get some cotton candy.
Let's go.
This is not a cotton candy.
No, it's not.
It's a fresh off IPA.
Yeah, right. It is. I fucking want it to taste like one. I'm really fucking disappointed, buddy. And as much as we continue to shit on this beer because we don't love it, if you, especially in my opinion, especially if you like German or like Belgian or like wheat beers, like fucking love this because it's like for those kind of beers, in my opinion, packed full of like good hop flavor.
That is actually a good point. If you like the lighter style of beers, or you want to maybe convert someone who drinks like a Blue Moon or some like a Widmer Hef, tell them to pick up this.
They would love it. Yeah, this would be a great introduction to IPAs for someone who drinks like Blue Moons or just like real light lagers.
Yeah,
they would taste this and be like, ooh, that's got nice flavor and it's not overly bitter.
They'd probably find it really interesting.
Definitely. Because there is like, although it's bland, there is a lot of layers in this beer.
Yeah.
So it is, in that regard, intricate.
Just not for us.
Not for us. But to each their own, you know? So
especially like it. I mean, really, it's in the context of fresh hop beer,
100%,
right? Because we're really, our expectations are high and all this stuff. But someone who isn't, concerned about tasting hops, probably they might like this beer.
They might like this beer. Yeah. I'm really, really tempted to go pretty low here, though.
I already got my number. I'm locked in, bud.
So I'm torn between like wanting to give it some grace for the people that might like this beer, but I don't know if I should do that or just like rate it for how I actually like this beer.
I'm rating it how I'm rating it.
Okay.
You want me to write mine down and then you say yours?
Yep.
Hold on. Make it accurate for everyone.
I'm not looking at my notes.
Okay.
Not looking.
Okay. Nick. Make a K.
Okay, Levi. I'm going in. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to tell you how it is, okay? That's what I'm going to tell you, okay? Here it is. 2.5. Yep. That's about right, bud.
I said 2.0, and it's okay. It's
Okay.
on the border of all right and okay. There is zero redeeming qualities for this beer to me. But it is drinkable, and it's a fresh hop. I like some of the hop flavors going on. That's why it's even put in okay. I don't think it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if maybe the sour notes stuck out a little more, or maybe it just didn't have even as hoppy. It's not very hoppy, but if it was like less hoppy than it is, then I'm probably looking into the ones there. It just,
I'm with you. And so hear me out, and you're probably in agreement too. So I think it's a solid okay beer. So it would be an all right if there's nothing about this beer that I liked. If there's nothing about the beer that I liked really, it would be right in that solid, like between 1 and 2 in the all right category.
Yeah.
Because it's not bad. There's nothing about this that I severely dislike. And that's where the 0 to 1 is. But so as long as there's nothing that I severely dislike and it's not bad, it's going to at least be an all right. But there is like that small bit in this beer that I actually do like.
I'm excited for you to get through the beer though, because I think what's happening for me is like now that I'm getting to like the last couple drinks,
I'm sinking in how not happy you are.
It just keeps digging itself into a grave, and I'm just like, I could just pour this out and I'd be fine. I'm not going to, but I'd be fine with just pouring out the rest of this.
Do this for me. Give it a swish and take a quick drink and like don't leave it in your mouth.
Okay, I'm going to do that. You do the, what do we call it? The snifter.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Yep.
I'll do your strategy. You do the snifter. It did help.
Right?
But
it has bitterness to it.
It does. It did help.
You know what snifter did?
Made it fucking suck.
Made it fucking suck because there was no sniff and it just made it more bland. It made it more bland. Something that you're supposed to incorporate.
I'm raising mine a little bit. Nick's lowering.
Something that you're supposed to do to like make your senses like more sensitive to it literally made it go down. Disappointing.
Good news. I got some silver lining here.
Okay.
We're going to like this beer better now.
This beer better. And so we don't have to keep going because honestly, this is one of the few podcasts. This is probably one of, I'll say 3 podcasts that we've like just talked about beer so far. And I mean, what are we at now? We're probably between a half hour and 45, somewhere around there.
Almost 35 minutes.
Okay, yeah, right there.
So you're ready to... I'm good with that.
Yeah. Oh, well, to be honest, I have a couple things I want to talk about.
Okay, so just crack open a beer.
Yeah, crack open a beer, talk like a little bit.
So if you're just here for the beer, you got 35 minutes of beer.
Honestly, which is pretty good for us.
Pretty good for us. We're going to crack open this. Spoiler alert that we've already spoiled, so it's not really a spoiler alert. We don't love it. We like it. I personally like it more than Pert Near.
I like it more than Pert Near.
But with consideration to the last field to ferment, don't like as much.
Not as much, buddy.
But I am excited to get the Pert Near taste out of my mouth.
Yeah, I feel that, homie.
Dude, I'm more like I would get this beer's taste out of my mouth with the rest of the Brown Mountain Ale thing that we have. You'd be willing.
You are really shitting this beer now.
If you go back to that podcast,
You can check out his
like
face
4
looks.
minutes in, you can watch my face just hate it. That's a move.
This smells so good.
That was a bold move, pouring it in the glass
It
with
smells
this
so good.
horrible thing.
No, it's good.
Dude, instantly better, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. It's hoppier, and the hops last longer throughout the taste.
That's no problem with this beer. We had to drink a bad beer before we drank this beer to appreciate it. Sorry. Appreciates it.
I feel so much better now,
Honestly, though.
which is so disappointing. I was so excited for this. So I bought like 3 or 4 fresh hop iced IPAs, and this was one of them. And I was really excited to drink it because Letterkenny.
Yeah.
So excited, and then it's been my least favorite.
Yeah, it really took a dump on us, honestly. And again, that to say, like this one, like the Citra Amarillo, like one that we thought we were gonna love, that we ended up being like super, super medium for.
Terrible.
Yeah, I don't.
You're drinking a real beer.
That was the Pert trying to come back up for round 2. It tastes like really good now.
Yeah.
But I know my mind's just playing games with me.
No, it is, because like now it's like actually hoppy, actually has some like strong citrus taste to it, and it just you taste the hops. They're walking in the field of hops now.
Yeah,
that's better.
But buddy, born yesterday,
dude, done. No, it'll come. It'll come.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Gotta be something we gotta earn, you know. But
after this podcast, I feel I drank 16 ounces of this.
Yep.
I earned it.
Yeah,
I earned it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I've been really enjoying all the fresh hop beers. I think it's cool that we've kind of had like a little bit of a theme going on the past few weeks. You know, very contrary to anything done before, where we don't really have a theme ever going on. So, yeah, it's just been kind of nice in that regard.
What do you want to talk about, buddy?
Well, I have this phenomenon going on at work.
Phenomenon?
Yes. Which is the one that happens more than once.
No.
It's that one.
Anyways.
The fucking desks at work suck.
Yeah, we have the worst desks.
They're coated in razor blades.
Don't know about that, but
I have proof. This is one of like 4 shirts that this has happened to. How the fuck does a desk do that? I just don't understand how this keeps happening. I'm not alone. Fucking Salvador keeps him too.
Let me throw this out there.
Jesus Christ.
Let me throw this out there.
Go ahead.
Let me put it out there.
Okay.
What if you just like took a sandpaper to that hard edge, sanded it down a little bit, a fine wood, got a little edge, and you Here's what I think.
Wouldn't happen. Wouldn't work.
I think you take. This is my philosophy.
Okay.
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 Hey, Nick.
Okay.
Nick. Okay.
Okay.
Just do whatever the fuck you need to do to get the job done.
Mm.
Sometimes it means, vandalizing company property by sanding down the desk's edges.
You know what? I'm gonna let that one marinate. Thanks, bud. Excuse me. Jesus Christ.
I know you have some hard feelings about this.
Honestly, though.
Or maybe just like a few sticks of duct tape.
Something. It's just, I just don't understand. Because it's like, I'm sitting at my desk, like this, looking at the monitor, doing my thing. Because it's like, fucking waking up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm not keeping my neck up by itself all day. I gotta,
makes sense.
Gotta relax for a second.
I get it.
Right. Every now and then I'll kind of like sit back in the chair, pull one of these, and then I look down. I'm like, That gut is really pressing into that table a little much. I'm looking a little bit like a turd.
And then you get up and you message me and you're like, so work out today, buddy?
Thank God it's on the fucking calendar, so it's happening.
See, that's the way where you can lock my schedule down.
That's probably
that way. I
especially
like, oh, got a meeting.
Especially now.
Especially now.
Yeah, the way that your job is turning, I think that's gonna be the way to go. So, but yeah, man, this is just. Oh my God, it makes me so mad because it's happened like a couple times, and I'm like, what the fuck, like this is a cheap flannel from Walmart, whatever, but like it's soft, it's comfy, and it's a nice, reliable flannel. And so it happened one time, and I'm like, okay, and it happened another time, I'm like, okay, and then from there on out, I'm like, anytime like my elbow feels cold or something, I'm like, God, no, we're good, okay, all right. Just get a little cold. It's fine. It's good. But not today.
You know what I think is one of the detriments to our society when you're becoming a working drone, where you're just becoming a machine, part of the machine.
All right.
It's when you have the desire to get a standing desk. And so there are some days where I'm like, I could do a standing desk.
Yep.
I can do that.
Yep.
That'd be pretty good right now.
Yep.
And then I think, it's a trick.
That's what they want from you.
It's a trick.
It's a trick.
When you think your job is going to be benefited by a standing desk, then
they've got you.
They've got you hooked. They've got your tendrils.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you right now, bud. The last thing I want to do is find out that I can see my tendrils by busting it open by doing a skateboard trick.
Well, you might be able to see your vas deferens if you stand at your desk.
I think I'd be more worried about seeing my vas deferens if I was standing at my desk doing a skateboard trick.
Well, I mean, you stand up at your desk and might catch an edge there, Bob.
I might. Now that's something you should let marinate. Jesus Christ, bud. Yeah, I don't know. I legitimately think I'm gonna bring in a sheet of sandpaper to work, and someone's gonna be like, "The fuck are you doing?" And I'll be like, "You want to start paying for my shirts, or are you gonna let me proceed?" I think I'll have my answer then.
I would just say, "What are you not doing?"
Yeah. Do you like ripped elbows?
Just cutting your face on these hard edges every day, buddy?
Every day, buddy. Fuck. And again, it's not even just me. Like, it's happened to Sal I recall 3 different times. I think it's happened more. So, I don't know.
It's never happened to me, I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the quality of shirts that I'm buying or what, but I feel like
specific
Sal,
desk.
Yeah, it could be my specific desk.
Sal and I buy the same shirt. So.
I was gonna say he usually buys a little bit higher.
Express.
Yeah. So,
Express has the best work shirts. I just like to throw that out there. Spendy,
but sometimes,
but the best.
Well, so if you go to an outlet, you can get them for $20.
And Express has good sales too.
They do.
Don't get me wrong. It's not super pricey or anything, but they're on a more spendier side. But man, it lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you get fat like us, and then you have to buy another shirt size. But
because they're pretty form fitting.
If you're normal, well, probably not normal. If you just stay the same, then
you'll be good. Yeah. Right. I like Express. I had a pair of their jeans one time. Fantastic pair of jeans. I have one button up from them, just plain white button up, and I love it. It's very comfortable. It's soft. It fits very well. So
they're the best.
That's one thing I love about them is their fits. So they're a little bit pricier, but the fact that you can get such a nice fit without having to go to a tailor is pretty enticing too.
It's crazy to me to think that a lot of guys' shirts are built straight. or even out a little bit. Because, like, I'm not a big dude.
Right.
But, like, my shoulders are wider, or, like, the widest part of my upper body.
Yep.
It doesn't need to be built straight.
Yeah, it blows my mind. And then that's the problem, too, is, like, especially for me, so a guy who's, like, you know, average to a little bit on the taller side is, like, especially when I was in high school, you know, not so much now because I actually am kind of getting kind of fucking fat. But especially when I was in high school and I was just like this scrawny piece of shit that I was getting tall but still skinny. And they do not make shirts for those kinds of peoples. You know, once you start, like, if you try to
you're tall, you're fucking fat as shit, bitch.
Exactly. You're like, oh, you want to go from a medium to large? Well, the length's going to stay the same, but we'll make you a little fatter.
Yeah.
The fuck sense does that make? Jesus Christ. I don't know, man.
I can see your tummy. That is a reference we haven't made in a long time.
In a long time. And I think in casual conversation, it'll come up every now and then. And I think I like the fact that we've been keeping the friend voice pretty constant. Like, that'll come up like, ooh, friend. But, like, aside from that, we don't make too many in-betweener references at this point.
Guys, he doesn't know.
The fuck did you say? Say it again.
Oh, I can see your tummy.
Oh. Can I redeem myself if I say exactly what that's from and the exact scene and everything? Hello, work?
Listen.
Can I get it?
Because I didn't mute my computer, I will give you that redemption. But if that didn't happen, wasn't going to give it to you.
Fair enough. Okay, so Non-Betweeners is very much one of the best
Still
movies
British.
out there. Still British. Arthur. And it is the opening scene where fucking Bitterman
Saved yourself again. Woo! Save number 2.
fucking Bitterman! He's trying on his good old Robin costume and it's a snug fit.
You should watch the film, Arthur. It's a great film.
It's a
yeah, the only time we quote that is Arthur is when we play fucking Mario Party because there's like a very like non like important scene in Arthur. It's very like it's 5 seconds and the main character chick, the dude, one of the main protagonists, is a chick, hands him some coins thinking he's a beggar, and he's like, "Oh, coins! I used to play with these when I was a boy."
It's like it was a throwaway line probably in the fucking movie.
Like he probably made it up on the spot. It was just honestly, like nothing.
Yep.
But every time we play Mario Party, someone picks up coins, which is the entire game.
Pretty often. That's pretty much all you're doing is collecting coins to get stars.
And you're like, and I mean, we play for a couple hours at a time, 3 hours at a time, and it's the entire time is, oh, coins!
I play with things as a boy.
It's obnoxious even for us to say it, but we still have to say it.
Well, and even in the lesser played game, and even in the insanely lesser acquired coins, fucking Ultimate Chicken Wars. Anytime, because of all the things, like we're pretty much like 9 times out of 10 just trying to grab objects to block other people, but like every now and then just grabbing a coin just to be like, oh, coins.
Like not even like I will do that and I'll grab the coin and place it somewhere that's impossible to get.
Yep.
Right? Because you don't want anyone to get the coins. Like, even if you could get the coin, you're like, fuck off. I don't want this variable.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, coin.
just coin. But then, especially for you, it becomes your mission. Like, if everybody else dies, you make it a point to be like, fuck this. I'm going to try to get that fucking impossible coin. I know it's literally floating above lava.
I know
but, like,
I cannot get it.
I feel like if I run really fast, I could probably do it.
But like one time, I just need once, right? I just need one time of the validation to be like, damn,
right.
You did that. Mm-hmm. Even if I don't win the game, I'll know I won.
Well, it's happened before, where it'd be like you place it in a dumb fuck spot, and then like what's the one map where you're like up top and you like fall down underground,
No.
So you're like up top and you just have this one space here, and then there's the big hole, and there's like a little space over here, but you like fall down, and then you have to hop over like the arrows on the different platforms.
Oh yeah. I was the Indiana Jones one.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones one. Yeah, with the boulder. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I go for the coin.
Right, but like he'll like throw the coin like on top of the arrows, and it's like you're not gonna get that. He's like, no.
But what if I do?
Well, like I think I can get it this time. Oh,
as if I hit this exact angle, and you're like, I mean, yes, if you hit that exact angle,
but you do
you're not going to.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot. It's not that you can't. There's not enough room.
God, I still try.
Still try sometimes. Yeah.
Ultimate Chicken Horse, also a great game.
Fantastic.
Good party game.
Yeah, honestly, though.
Underrated, like controller based part. Like I hate,
it's so cheap too.
I hate having party games where people have to have controllers. Like Jackbox is great because you can all use your phones.
Yeah.
Especially because people just don't know how to use controllers for some reason.
Yeah, they're like fucking idiots all of a sudden, and it's like, dude, we grew up playing this shit. What's the fucking matter with you?
2019, you grew up in the 90s.
Like, even if you're a girl who didn't fucking play video games, you gotta be able to fucking figure it out. It can't be that hard.
But it is like easily graspable.
Yeah.
Controls.
Yes, right. So I mean, both of our girlfriends who like, especially Elizabeth, who just like
cannot play video games.
Can't play video games, did not really grow up playing like console video games.
It isn't good at Ultimate Chicken Horse, but I mean,
no. But like the last couple times, like she's gotten better, and she won a couple times. So, So I mean, so that just goes to prove like it's definitely a game that like even the people that like absolutely suck at video games, like they're not gonna like get frustrated and have a bad time. Like it's still a fun game, and like you can still manage to probably end up doing pretty well. Yeah. So. Yeah, good games. I love those kinds of games that are just so like the concept is so simplistic, but like it's just the way that they chose to execute it is done so well.
Yeah,
I mean most of those games that do pretty well that are just like get from point A to point B, like Super Buddy Man, one of those two.
Too stunning to play.
We really should need to play that. Yeah, such a like simplistic game, point A to point B. But it's just how they implement that.
Well, I think they give like you a lot of options to play how you want to play. Mm-hmm. I love, as we've been talking about, I love like super difficult challenges that no one else can do. That's one of the reasons why I love Dark Souls is I just I can do the same thing like 300 times because it's so difficult, but knowing I like accomplish something is like.
Yep.
I love that feeling.
Yep.
Like, oh, I fucking figured it out.
Yep. Well, that's the thing too, right? Like it's a combination of like being like a physical skill and then also like the mentality of like figuring out the puzzle.
And just like knowing just persevering across like 2 hours. Like just like one of our last streams, we were playing Dark Souls and we came across like a mini boss.
Oh god,
and typically, like that early in the game, you should just get past him.
Like you could avoid him.
He was like in a corner. Yeah. Like you didn't have to fight him. But I was like, no, I can fucking do this. And it took us like 2 hours to do it, but we we beat it.
Yeah, you did it.
And it's just so rewarding to be like, well, good fuck yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Well, it was so cool. I mean, it was just like funny, like having us fail all those times. Yeah. Like it's hilarious. And then like. The more you fail, the more pissed off you're getting at it. So that's funny. But then eventually, like, you just get to this point that, like, let me back up, I guess. So, like, time after time, like, you keep making all these mistakes, but you, like, maybe you'll get, like, a little bit further,
some progression.
Yeah. And so you, like, keep learning from that. Yeah. And so you're like, all right, so next time, so, like, the beginning part keeps, like, it ends up being, like, you're walking through. Whereas, like, the first time you did it, you probably died for all that. And so you just like keep learning through your mistakes to the point where you like finally like just get it all in sync. And like you said, like just persevering through that whole challenge, like it feels good when you finally finish it.
So, like Ultimate Chicken Doors doesn't have like that progression like Dark Souls does by any means, but it still has that like
at a smaller scale.
It's at a smaller scale. Like it does progress in difficulty, but it also is like you have the opportunity to play how you want to play and like make things super difficult, and it's pretty cool.
I was playing one. I was actually playing the other last weekend with Renee, and we were playing like the farm, and one of the easiest levels there is. It's super.
Wow,
easy.
I'm really offended that you guys are training on Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Good, you should be.
Try to like just dominate Elizabeth and I. Like, what do you guys? I don't know why you guys are playing.
But so we like of all the random shit that we added in there, it became to a point where I just fucking like held the trigger and just fucking sprinted and jumped, and there was like swinging boulder or like a wrecking ball.
Dude, the wrecking ball's the best.
The wrecking ball's great. So it was like a wrecking ball. There was a hockey puck coming at me, arrows shooting upwards and this way. And then on top of that, like the only platforms that you could jump on were the ones that were like, it was a platform. And then after a certain amount of time, it switches to spikes. And so I just fucking busted through and like made it.
Nice.
That was pure luck, but it like felt so good to just like make it through. Also skill.
Also, I did that, so
it had to be some skill to it. So yeah, that's a good game. That's a solid game. Portal is one that I enjoy a lot because of how puzzly it is.
Dude, I love Portal.
I love Portal, buddy. It's a good game.
Well, we're probably going to bring back streaming. We've talked about it in the last month a few times. We haven't done it in a while, but we've just talked. We're not sure what direction we want to take it in and what kind of things we want to add to the stream.
Yeah.
If you guys want us to play something and watch us rage at Dark Souls, and I don't know.
We might suck, but it'll be funny. Probably.
Let us know if you guys want us to do that, and follow us on the Facebook, the IGers, the Twitters that we don't really use. I saw you comment
sometimes.
I'm not sure if you knew it was your account or our account, but
sometimes I do, sometimes I don't know.
Follow us on those things. Let us know what you think. Check out the YouTube videos if you're on the audio podcast.
Yeah. Let us know if you want to like.
They're pretty much the same,
but we've got some more fresh hop beers lined up. I mean, like, let us know if there's just another like specific beer that you're like, oh man, you gotta fucking do this.
Maybe not even fresh hop. Maybe it's just like, hey, check out this one.
Yeah,
check out Coors Light. Do another drug stream. I don't know.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
But yeah, let us know. We're gonna wrap it up. Fremont, good if you drink a shitty beer.
This is Pert Beer, the worst fresh hop beer I've had.
Yep. Okay, bye.
Thanks.
Maybe we should do like a pumpkin spice latte podcast or something. Go get your balls inside, you tit fucker. Fuck you, Levi.